Hi everyone, this is Sabrina. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to participate in Traci Reed's YouTube hop with some other people on the creative team. She has a beautiful new collection out called Autumn Enchantment, and it's amazing and it's the best. It celebrates all the awesomeness of fall. I am using it to document our school's carnival. My kids had the best time, and you can tell by their genuine smiles that they had the best night out. I thought it would be fun to take all of the wonderful die cuts that Traci uses and kind of frame in this awesome photo of us and do it in a circle. You saw at the beginning that I took a 6-inch circle and just traced a pencil mark around it, so that way I knew where my circle was going to be, and I knew that my circle was going to actually be a circle shape, right? Because I don't know about you, but I have a hard time drawing circles. And I have my tray of die cuts, and so I'm just kind of figuring out where I want to put things. I do have a large negative space on the photo, like there's a car in the photo or something, and then there's also just the black of the evening. So I can fill that in, and I do with the magic moment, or this magic moment, that die cut, it's perfect for there. And then I also have a moth, and I'm just kind of balancing where I am putting different embellishments as far as colors. Like I don't want two red embellishments next to each other, and then you can see I have a flower up at the top where there's like a gourd. I'm gonna go ahead and move that because it was just too big for that section. And I am sprinkling some of those stars throughout the circle because I just love those, and it was obviously during the nighttime, right? So I kind of place things down where I want them, and then I push everything off, and I keep things kind of in the spot where I had decided, and now I can put adhesive and the foam onto my photo. I had temporary adhesive, so you're going to see me rub that off in a second because I really wanted the photo to just stay for a minute, and then I can put on the real adhesive. So I'm just cutting some foam strips. I think I've mentioned this before, but I use foam sheets from Michaels, and so just one side is adhesive. So I put those strips on, and then I can pop dot the photo, give it some lift off from all of those die cuts. And once I have that, I can go back and put all of the die cuts on to create a really visually stunning project. And I love it. This was such a fun night out. And my daughter was such a big girl. Like, I know that seems kind of cheesy to say, but she was such a big girl because she went off on her own. She met her friend at the tree, and then they went off. They went off to do all the games together, and it was just awesome. It was a really big thing for her to be able to do that on her own, so that was really cool. I put the moon and this magic moment up in the top right, and kind of diagonal down from that, I put a pink die cut that says "This makes me so happy," and then tucked in a pumpkin as well, along with a little star. And I also mix in some of the leaves, and it's just those two diagonal points are really good for adding those big embellishments, and so that's what I did. And now I'm just going around the circle, and again making sure that I don't put like two red pieces next to each other or two blue die cuts next to each other. There is such a huge variety in Traci's die cuts. It's just the best. There's the moths, there's the stars, there is the leaves, and then the different flowers, and also a butterfly, the pumpkins, the gourds, and then of course there is all of the different sayings that she includes in her kits. I am going to use one called Autumn Hijinks, and I went ahead and pop dotted that little phrase as well. It gives a nice pop of red up in that corner. And then I'm just going to continue to build my circle and make sure everything is balanced out. And I'm really happy with how this project is going. Like I said, I love Traci's die cuts, and I always want to find a way to use a lot of them, and this definitely does. So down at the bottom, I have some mushrooms, or I found one mushroom. It's like one mushroom die cut, and then I can add in a flower and also a leaf. And for the leaves, I just fold up the top portion of the leaf. I also added in a little like swirly, I think it's called, and I put that over on the left side on the bottom, I thought that would be fun to try that. And then I'm going to add a second one of those swirlies up at the top in later on. I also am going to make sure that I continue the circle all the way to the edge on the right hand side, and I'll just tuck in some flowers. I think in those little corner spots, it's better to use the flowers, and that way it's not like a cute embellishment, I guess, like a gourd or a moth. So up by Autumn Hijinks, I found a little acorn. I had forgot that there was acorns in the kit, so I'm using that. And then, of course, I continue to sprinkle more of the stars throughout this circle. I tucked in another mushroom up below the Autumn Hijinks, and then right here you can see this is where I kind of decide to fill in some of the space over on the right hand side by the moth with that big green leaf, and that's a good place for it because it takes up some of that space that I need to fill in the circle. Adding in a little orange leaf over here, and I am just about done with my circle of diecuts, and it's so pretty and it is full of autumn fun. I have several photos of my daughter and her best friend playing during the carnival, and so I'm going to go ahead and include those, and then I can also include a few pattern papers and a few more die cuts that I'll just put on laminated sheets. So the laminated paper that I have is just left over from full sheets of laminated. I wound up scooting everything over to the left because I thought maybe, with such few photos, I could probably just do photo strips. But this is where I kind of decided that I could do 2 see-through pockets and then add in a bunch of Traci's pattern paper because it helps balance out all of the die cuts. So on this little top see-through pocket, I'll have a flower and 2 little stars and then also a word phrase. And the other one is just going to have that cute little cat. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes I want to add something to the back of my see-through pockets, and sometimes I don't. This is one of the times where I wanted to, so in a little bit, I'm going to add some die cuts to the back of my see-through pockets. I also shrunk down a journaling card that says, "I want to remember this," and I will put that on the back side. I also took another journaling card that says every day is magic, every day is magic, and I included that on the front side. So I love being able to have digital cards and shrink them down to exactly what I need, which is 2.2 in this case. I've now moved on to the back side where I only have 2 photos. I actually thought that I had more photos, but this is where I decided to just go with it, and I will use the pattern papers and also fill in the back side of my little see-through portions. And when I do decide to fill in the see-through, I try to find die cuts that match the size pretty well. So like I have a pumpkin that's going to go on the back of the cat, and then a moth, and then a little star. I printed out 2 other papers so that way I could include those instead of trying to make another filler card because I felt like the laminated see-through pockets are already the filler cards, so I didn't need any more, and that's why all those pattern papers worked great. The I want to remember this, I just talked about what I told you guys earlier, how I was so proud of my daughter for being such a big girl and going off with her best friend and hanging out. And then my son got to hang out with his friends, and I helped out at the hairspray booth. So it was a great night for all of us. I'm going to go ahead and put the 2x2 pieces back in, and then I can put it into my October daily because that's where this project is going to go. And I'm just trimming off the pumpkin because I kind of scooted it towards the edge, and I'll just have kind of 3/4 of a pumpkin. I thought that'd be fun to look a little different. Decided to switch out the moth for the blue flower and then a few stars. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in the album, and that's it, you guys. I hope that you have enjoyed seeing this project come together. I had so much fun, and I hope you guys check out the other videos in the YouTube hop. And I just love Traci's kit, Autumn Enchantment. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. Thanks so much, and have a great day. Bye.